content creation can be really, really expensive if you get into it. Lights, cameras, computer, that can rack up some money. Cheaper items to start out with and then work your way to higher end stuff is generally a good option. A camera light to help give your camera a little more lighting for your content creation that is chargeable and attaches to your camera through a hot shoe is an excellent purchase. A streamer who can get a webcam that is cheap and looks pretty darn good is also exceedingly amazing. Lewinner, company I just found out about a little bit ago, promises to do that for both webcam, lights, and other kind of content creation. Let's see how well they do. Before we go on, don't forget to like the video if you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, link is down below to the merch store, so go get some great merch. So we're gonna start with their light. I've already opened these, so sorry for that. What comes with every Lewinner product, both Lewinner products I bought today, is a tripod, which is a very cute little tripod actually. Three different levels technically. So pull that out there, and another one, so 3. Very cute. Don't think I'd ever use it. And now I have 2. And they rattle, which is just what you want if you ever need to use it as a selfie stick. So we're going to use the Pseudo-Photo light, which is honestly one of the best lights I've found so far when it comes to budget camera lights. Relatively the same size, except for the border on the Pseudo-Photo and the non-border on the Lewinner. On the back, you're going to notice similar degrees for their colors, a little more button control on the Pseudo-Photo, and both are going to have USB Type-C charging. It does come with a cord, which not too long of a cord, but you don't need it to be that long for charging this. Longer than the Pseudo-Photo one I got, to be honest. It does worry me that there's no certifications on the Lewinner one. Not even that little CE, which has to do with health, safety for the environment from the EU. So how you control the Lewinner one is there's a big button right here. Hold that down, get the little prompt, light turns on. This is set to match my light, little lighting. And to be honest, they're not doing that good already. It's too yellow compared to the light I have up there. Turn that off real quick. Now, it has several modes. They're all the same modes the Pseudo-Photo one has. So, party, rainbow, fireworks. I'm just going to turn them on, actually. Give you a quick little analysis of them. This is just their RGB mode, so it shows different RGBs. It's actually not too off for what it looks like on the back of this. It does not look as it should on my camera, though, which is entertaining. That's green, darker green, too. And then here is the RGB. Now, this also has different modes, just like the Pseudo-Photo one. They're all the same modes, too. So, lightning, isn't that a fun one? It's supposed to be some kind of ambulance or fire truck. That's an ambulance, so that was a fire truck, and then that makes this a police car. HSIF. Oh wow, there's a lot more modes actually. 20 modes. There's 20 modes in the Lewinner one. How many modes are in this? I can't remember. About 12. Less modes on the Pseudo-Photo one, more on the Lewinner. So to test these, honestly, I can't tell you on how well they're going to work with lighting because they're going to work both pretty well. I'd say, just off looking at it, the Pseudo-Photo one diffuses a little better than the Lewinner one. But I'm going to run these both all tonight. I'm going to check them in the morning and see if they're dead. And then I'm going to see how long it takes to charge them because that actually could be very important. if you need to charge these really fast, it's very nice. I do also like that they can just stack like this, patch into the hot shoe. By the way, yeah, there's cold shoes right here on all three sides, just to put them onto your camera. Now the webcam is 2K. Specifically, it's 25/960 by 1940, something like that. It was a really weird aspect ratio when I was reading it, because I don't know where that one came from. Because to my knowledge, 2K was 2048 by 1080. But like, this is some kind of other ratio. Comes with a light that you can control right here with a capacitive top. There is a built-in microphone, which I recommend nobody uses, because nobody should use built-in microphones from cameras. It also comes with a little privacy thing. It goes right on top of here. You just have to adhere it, as well as what I mentioned before, a tripod. This little buddy is going to go up against my Nexigo head camera. Now already Nexigo's got a little bit more going on here. It's got that little 360 ball right here, so you can kind of get any kind of angle you want. It has a manual focus, which I don't think I mentioned in my last video, that you just turn the lens on the camera here, and it'll give it in or out of focus. I don't really remember where it was when I did this last, so we're gonna find out if I have it in the right spot or not. This is 30 bucks. This is 20 bucks. This is 2K. This is 1080p HD. So I'm going to be very interested on what's the difference here. At the moment, the main one being is there's a light on this one. But them being both very cheap cameras, they're not going to have attachable USBs. So their USBs are generally pretty darn long. You can see how well I'm keeping that one untangled. What can I say? This one, however, can go basically flat, but it can't go backwards, so you can't just compact this. That's probably not a bad thing considering where the cable is. And there is also a built-in microphone. Actually, I don't think it's a microphone. Yeah, there's no built-in microphone on this one. So more narrowed features. This one's a little more broader. We're gonna take a look at these. I'll be a couple of days. So let's see how this goes. All right, remember this camera? This is the Nexigo camera. I did a little bit ago to try and show how well you can get some more quality out of webcams. Honestly, it looks pretty good here, right? This is after some playing around with the setting. Let me show you what it looks like without that. It is washed out as all can be. So, and let me see if I can get this to show here. So the important part here is this. This is the properties. You get to this by first pressing the video capture, pressing properties, and then going to configure video. And this is going to give you a preview of how it looks. So first things you want to do is we need to lower that exposure. You want to get it about there. Apply. Now we got some more stuff we can play with. We want to raise that brightness just a tad, not that much, a little lower. Look at that. Let's touch the contrast just a touch. Not much, not much. Touch the saturation a little bit. And we're going to kind of toggle with the sharpness. It kind of varies depending on the camera on how well that works. And then there's something called backlight comp. Let's see if I can get this to give me 1 second here. That should help. A little more light going in should make this a lot better. Now let's just give it a little bit of gain. Oh, look at that. That is gorgeous. That is pretty darn close to DSLR quality, if I would say so myself. I'm looking at my DSLR camera when I need to look at the Nexigo. I'm so trained. All right, let's get on to the Lewinner camera and see how that goes. Now, this is the out-of-the-box Lewinner camera. Already, it's got some things going on here. It's got some autofocus, which that's okay. We can disable that in the settings of the properties of configure videos. Let's get the cam control turning off that autofocus. We're just gonna play with that ourselves. It's almost falling off, but it's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna say probably don't get this camera just because of how it's looking. It looks pretty darn good. For the price, I'm just a little worried on the effectiveness and how long this will last. Hold on, one second here. Okay, good. I wanted to make sure the camera's microphone wasn't overriding my microphone itself. That has happened a couple of times. But the colorations, at least right now, mostly, it's a little more darker blue than the light blue for my hat. But that's fine. This is what 2K cameras look like if you only spend 20 bucks on it. I'm gonna say probably don't get this one. Get the Nexigo for the price, the $10 more, and it being 1080p. It looks so much better in a very slight different way. The colors are a little more accurate, a little more vibrant. I'd have to toy a little bit more with that manual focus because that was messing with me. And it did get a little warm while I was using it. So that's a thing. How warm is this? That is also very, very warm. And a toasty, bro. Wow, these are not webcams I would use for streaming, actually. If you want to use a camera for streaming, it's honestly going to be the Logitech C920. Because, I mean, just compare these two. Nexigo, Logitech C920. You see the size difference? It's not even close. It's twice the size. And that's depressing. The camera lens on the C920 is bigger than the Nexigo. 30 bucks. Half as much is what the C920 is going for online right now on Amazon. It looks amazing. Trust me. If you don't believe me, go check out a couple other videos I've done. If you don't believe me, just go check out a couple other videos I've done. Let's do a test on this ring light, because I have a feeling it's not as substantial as it needs to be. Ring light is currently off. Ring light is on. This is as bright as the ring light gets. I would need to continue my resetting of this, and most likely what I would have to do is raise this exposure. But the minute you raise the exposure on this camera, it gets overloaded with data. So don't go higher than -4. We're going to commit a sin. We're going to raise the brightness. Now, here's the issue with this, is raising the brightness washes out the video. So you don't want to do it too much. So this isn't like a perfect way on calibrating your color. Another good way is just to get like a piece of white paper and then just calibrate it to the point to where it is white, or as white as you can get it. This is pretty darn good too. I'm gonna say this is probably about as good as it's gonna get. All right, so let's get to some good video quality from my DSLR, and we'll talk about, where'd they go? Well, when I find them, we're going to talk about the lights, because that was actually a little more interesting to me. Alrighty, so let's talk a bit about the lights. So first off, we'll start with the Lewinner one, just because it is more or less the subject of today's video. At being dead, it took 2.5 hours to charge it, and even though after that, it says it was done charging, I unplugged it, turned it on, it says it was at half battery. Not sure what's going on there. Didn't really make me excited. I then got a little more into comparing the two lights. As I said earlier, Pseudophoto has way more modes. pseudo-photo. Lewinner has more modes than pseudo-photo. I am going to mix those two up so much. The bigger thing is there are more lights in the Lewinner one than the pseudo-photo one. This is important for a couple of reasons. A, the pseudo-photo one is heavily diluted. You cannot see the bulbs in person almost because of how diffused they are. Now on the Lewinner one, while they have more lights and are supposed to be just as bright, it is not as diffused. I can very clearly count how many lights there are at 100%. Now, here's my other problem, and I alluded to it a little bit already. It's not as bright. These are rated to be the same amount of brightness. 800 lux, which is 800 lumens per meters squared. Because that just couldn't be a simpler way of talking about brightness. And this confuses me. Same brightness. There are more bulbs in this, but this one's brighter. Does it have to do with the fact that they're using lux? I don't know. I was very confused. If anybody could explain that to me, it would be awesome, because at the moment I'm starting to think the Lewinner might be cheating people, which wouldn't surprise me. Oh, by the way, a little thing I found out just a little bit ago, these have magnets on the back of them that you can just kind of mount it to really anything. They're not that strong to hold up two of them, but they're strong enough. Now, why wouldn't it surprise me that Lewinner would be cheating people? A, they're a company. Companies aren't really out there for you. They are out there for themselves. They need to make money. That is what their end goal is. So my problem here, though, is Lewinner's a little more craftier at that. So I'll start to say here, I've been contacted by Lewinner before this video, and it's kind of the reason why this video happened. So I'm not 100% sure if it was Lewinner, but I'm pretty sure it was, because there's no reason that anyone else would do this. I got an email asking Lewinner, asking me to do a review for them. They gave me 4 products that I could choose. They were going to send it to me. I was going to do a review for them. I said, sure, I would happily do a review for you. They came back and said, great, we just need you to buy it on Amazon and then give us a 5-star review. That's not how reviews work, A. And B, I'm not going to give anybody a 5-star review for free, which is also what I told them. I'm not going to give you a 5-star review for free. If you want me to do a review, it'll be an actual review. And you're not going to get 5 stars out of it just because you want it. It's going to be based on how good your item is. And now I understand why they didn't want me to do that and why they just wanted the 5-star review. They didn't want me to test out the product. So I'm curious. Is anybody else that is a content creator had something like this happen with them from Lewinner or other companies? Or am I the only one? I would love to find that out, because I am highly, highly invested in this now, because I took it very personal. They tried to they tried to use me. I don't take that well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like down below if you liked the video, and subscribe to the channel. Also, link is down below to the merch store. Don't forget to get that merch. And you know what? If you guys enjoyed this video, go check out the original video on the pseudo-photo light, because you guys should spend your money at a company that at least doesn't try to manipulate content creators and influencers.